I installed these braids about 5 days ago. They are the Freetress braids. They are crochet braids, and they are the deep twist 22 in the color 1. So this is what they look like. I have never installed braids this way. This method is called the pick and drop method. Apparently you just take a piece of hair, braid it up until the end of your hair, and then let it go. I normally do crochet braids, as you know. I figured this might actually be better because it allows you to kind of hold your hair up or tie your hair in a bun, which I'm a queen of doing. I love my hair up. It came out pretty well. I wasn't confident of the length, but it actually doesn't look as bad when it's on you. So 22 inches seems like a really long length. If Beyonce can do it, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is how long they look like, and I kept this amount from the last packet that I didn't actually use. I used 4 packets. I thought I was going to use 5 because the lady at the store said I needed 5 packets, but I only ended up using 4, and it worked out pretty well. I actually think I could have used less packets, so maybe 3 if I had made them bigger than I made them. I left a little bit of hair. I mean, I took one out just now just so that you guys can see how I actually installed it. So I just took just the regular amount of braids. I'm not a pro braider, you guys. I think I've said this before, and I find it uncomfortable to do hair tutorials because I'm literally not necessarily a pro here. I learned doing braids 5 years ago on YouTube. Okay, so this is basically the hair. I wasn't even holding this much hair. This would be technically 2 amounts for me. You see, like the way this is, I'd have literally been braiding it 2 separate times. I'm just gonna braid it anyway. So yeah, so I kind of do what you would do when you're putting braids together, which is basically loop them like this. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere. And so then I hold it like that, because this part is where this hair is gonna loop into. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but I'll try. So I do like this. So the hair is here. And I just wind it around. Okay, so then when it reaches about there, I take this braid because it's like the 2-strand one, and so I do that. So I braided it a little bit up to here. My hair ends about here. Next time when I do these, I'm gonna try and do like the perimeter of my hairline, just small braids, and then the middle part I'm gonna do crochet braids, so meaning cornrow it and then like crochet it in, because that way you actually get to use less braids and it doesn't come out as bulky. Which brings me to the other point. These braids, when I got them, I was worried that it was going to be too big and too like diva-ish, but it came out okay. I think it looks nicer when our hair is dense, because really our natural hair when you are 4C is a bit larger than life. So yeah, I might as well get used to it, guys, right? The texture, like I showed you earlier, in the package it looked a little bit too silky. You'll know from my previous video that I don't really like silky looking braids. Like I tend to like a more nappier finish. I'm happy to report that the silkiness of these braids, as you can tell, it doesn't really last for that long. So as soon as you install the braids, it kind of fades a little bit, so it doesn't look as fakey as it does in the package. In any case, I'm happy with the texture of this hair. I do have a nighttime routine because I noticed that when I did install them the first night, they were frizzy because when you install them, you kind of like separate them, and so it does add that frizz. What I did was just spray them down with some product, and then I have a nighttime routine, like I braid them down, and that helps in terms of keeping the frizz at bay and detangling and whatnot. So as far as the length, online I've seen a couple of girls who do them shorter than this, so much shorter, like literally half of this. So they would typically get the braid and then they cut it into half. I didn't want to do that. Like I figured, hey, go big or go home. And I'm happy I did, because they are a bit long, so they're up to here. so they fall right below my bust. It's really nice because you can wear them up in a bun, which I love to do, or you can just wear them down. I also just gave myself 3 parts. So I gave myself a side part here, a middle part here, and then I also gave myself another side part over here. So yeah, so I really like how they came out. I love the texture of the hair, and I will definitely be using these again. I actually like these more than my previous crochet braid for different reasons. What I don't like about these braids is that they are pick and drop braids. So this is not necessarily about the actual texture, but it's just about the style of braiding. When you're installing these braids, you have to make sure that you braid them all the way to the end of your hairline and then some. So like, let's say if your hair ends here, don't just braid them till here, which is typically what people tend to do. Braid them till here and then probably like an extra inch more, just because if you're not tying a knot at the end, which I didn't, they will unravel over time. And then the second thing is you do need to have your nighttime routine in check. Otherwise, if you don't like take care of them at night, you're going to have frizzy looking tangled up hair. You don't want frizzy looking tangled up hair. You want your hair to look good all the time for as long as it can, because it did take me a very long time to install these braids, and so I don't want a situation where I'm taking them out like in a week just because they're all like this part of the hair is like a mess. No, it's not happening. The next time I install these braids, I am gonna do the perimeter. I will braid my hairline all the way to the back because I like to hold my hair up, but I'll also cornrow the middle section and then crochet braid that section. This way it saves me time, it saves me braids. Other than that, guys, I love my braids. Let me know if you've ever done pick and drop braids and what braids you use to do pick and drops. I'll probably do a separate video on my nighttime routine for taking care of these braids. That's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day.